So my controversial opinion for the show is that I think that The Office got better after Michael left. I know it is a widely unpopular opinion, and I don't know a lot
Wow.
of people who share the same thoughts as well. And I think that after he left, that put an even spotlight on the rest of the cast. But it also felt like it got more real in the sense that it really explored the characters' lives and not just the humor that the show was about, but also, like, for example, Pam and Jim and their story, and Dwight and Angela.
Okay.
Like,
So
yeah.
her basic argument is that after Michael left, it kind of gave space for the other characters to develop
Yeah.
a little bit more.
Not even develop. I feel like maybe just like their storylines were given more like importance, I guess. Like Erin and Andy and all that stuff. But like like you see what I'm saying? Like it's like who gives a shit? You know, I don't really give a shit. Like I feel
I
like
felt
Jim
like-
and Pam were already well done. I feel like Dwight and Angela were already well covered. And like, dude, it's a show about an office. You need a boss. Like,
Here's where I will argue against you is that after Michael left, I felt like they started adding plot points to other characters to just move the story forward. Like
Yeah.
it had no
Yeah.
valid reason
Yeah.
to have 8 bosses after him, bro.
Yeah, no, it was like a circus after that.
They were
Right,
just
what do you-
trying
what
to
do you
figure
think,
out
sir?
who the next Michael could be,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they couldn't do it.
Yeah, there's
Oh.
no replacing that dude, bro. Like, you know, for like as stupid as he is or was or whatever, he had that like he did genuinely care about his people. You know what I mean? Like he did have that like he was stupid and ignorant and whatever, but he genuinely cared about everyone in that office. You guys remember that episode with Jan?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like she was
I mean, there's
like
a
at
lot.
the at the deposition,
Yeah.
and she
Oh,
brought
yeah.
up his stuff, and his boss was like, "Yo, you know, thanks for supporting us," and he's like, "Yeah, you think you'd get screwed over by your company, but you never think you get screwed over by your girlfriend." So
Also, like
you know.
she said that it put more emphasis on the background characters.
Yeah.
But I think the reason why characters like Creed, especially
Hmm.
Kevin, was so funny is because they were used so little.
yeah,
Like it is a very tough thing to write someone so funny so little.
yeah.
And I think
I
that
feel like it's tough to write a lot of Kevin content, right? How do you base an episode?
I think it's
on
pretty
Kevin?
easy
No,
because
I-
he has so many stereotypes.
Yeah, like, I guess,
The
I guess.
fat, lazy, sloppy guy. There are like tons of stereotypes you can make on that.
Yeah, I guess.
Creed is probably the hardest to write for, bro.
I
'cause
feel
he's
like
just
I feel like people who like Creed are a very specific subset. Like I like him, don't get me
I
wrong,
love
but like
him.
he loves Creed. So
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I don't think they really shined more of a spotlight on Creed though.
They shouldn't. That's his
Yeah.
job, bro.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
to be that. But yeah, what else about Office? I feel like they did run it too long after Michael left, which
Mm.
also ruined like the post Michael era.
Yeah, but that's all American TV shows though. Like they will take a show and make it like 5 classic seasons and then really 5 shitty seasons after that just to like have it on the air. And like if you guys have watched like UK TV shows, it'll run for like 1 or 2 seasons and those 2 seasons will be like golden television.
Golden age.
And then when they legitimately get all the writers in the room and they feel like, okay, we cannot produce the same kind of content as we did in season 1 and 2, they will just scrap it all together. And it'll be there as like classic TV for all time.
Bro, that's one of
You
the
know, like-
reasons why mine, Sid, and your like one of the top shows of all of us is Seinfeld because they ended on such a high and they were like, we don't
Yeah.
want to do more seasons because
Yeah.
this is the perfect length.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
Key and Peele did that as well.
Key and Peele.
Where he went on like Jimmy Fallon or something and he was just like, yeah, we could have been renewed for like 5 more seasons, but you don't want to look back 5 seasons, 5 years from now and just be like, oh, you remember when Key and Peele was funny?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's just, it
Bro,
doesn't
and
have
it's
that
so
same.
it's so commendable because that's probably the point where they're being offered the most money as
Yeah.
well,
yeah.
and they have to say no.
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean, definitely that, but like the other projects that they were going into, like
Yeah.
they were both acting, directing, all that stuff. So, yeah, but it does take a lot. How much did they offer Seinfeld for like another season?
It was
Probably,
at
like,
least over 100,
crazy.
200.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
But to
So
have
like,
the balls to say no to that
yeah,
is
yeah.
crazy.
But you rarely see shows go out on top. You rarely
Yeah.
see the best of them in the last.
I'm
season,
very
so-
afraid, Jay, for us
Yeah.
to see where It's Always Sunny goes because it's in its 17th season.
I agree with you. But I think it's a very unique set of.
Do you
people.
know how old these guys are, by the way?
Must be like 45 now. Like,
45, 46,
Yeah,
bro. And I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
imagine them playing that role
yeah,
at that
yeah,
age.
yeah. But I mean, if you think about it, Frank is like what? Danny DeVito is like
Wow,
70
man.
something, right? So like he's been like climbing out of couches naked and stuff for like for like the longest time. So I mean, I think that as they get older, they'll kind of shift the content a little bit, but their core will remain the same.
Yeah.
And I honestly feel like they are the type of people who feel like when they're done, they're
They're
done.
done.
You know? So, and now they started this podcast as well, which you've seen. He
Yeah.
told me he watched like 50 episodes in like 15 days. Which
It is my
ridiculous.
favorite podcast,
Yeah.
bro.
You sent me a
ever.
couple of clips. I enjoy the dynamic, especially since
Yeah.
they've known each other for that long.
Yeah, great. But I think we're alienating a lot of you guys who may have not watched It's Always Sunny. But
Yo,
you
go
all have-
watch it. If you guys have seen
please.
HSD, you guys have heard us talk about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's fantastic.
But back to Lisa, your opinion is trash.